What's up guys, it's me, Jakumi. Welcome to Japan Vlogs episode 2. This was our first official full day in Tokyo, and for breakfast we had some thick slices of bread with butter, strawberry jam and orange marmalade, as well as a hard-boiled egg, all provided by the hostel. The weather was amazing and we had a full day of exciting exploration planned. It was a truly perfect start to our 3-week-long Japan vacation. Or so I thought. After a half an hour train ride from our local Kagurazaka station, we finally arrived at our first destination, which is a famous street. No, not Sesame Street, Takashida Street. Takashida Street, located in the heart of Harajuku, is a shopping street lined with fashion boutiques, cafes and restaurants. One of the most famous desserts sold on the street were crepes. There were a wide range of crepes to choose from, both savory and sweet. But I decided to try the matcha cookie brownie cake special with matcha whip. I thought the crepe was pretty tasty, however, after you finish a small amount of exciting toppings, you're left with nothing but sorrow, as you have to now consume a large crepe of just cream.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
After exploring Takashida Street, our next destination was only a short walk away, the Meiji Jingu, which is a Shinto shrine dedicated to the deified spirits of Emperor Meiji and Empress Shoken. Firstly, we entered the outer precinct of the shrine through the large wooden shrine gate. That's big. We followed the path surrounded by trees. Along the way, we saw many signboards depicting the history of Japan and the shrine, as well as wine barrels and sake that were donated. Before entering the inner precinct, we decided to check out Meiji Jingu's inner garden. The entrance fee was 500 yen, and it also included a pamphlet with information and a fun activity. The inner garden consists of an elegant tea house built in the year 1900, as well as a long winding downhill path with neatly trimmed shrubs and bonsai trees, which eventually leads to a massive pond inhabited by koi fish. Do you know why they even huddle near this pier thing?
What?
Because they expect food.
Yeah, I know. They've been domesticated.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Why the f you lying? Why?
Next, we followed another path which led us to the Kiyomasa well, but before that... Yo, there's a pigeon there. What are they doing? And here it is, Kiyomasa well. After exiting the garden, we finally arrived at the inner shrine gate of Meiji Jingu. But before entering, we performed the ritual cleansing of hands and mouth with the sacred juice. And then entering through, we finally arrived in the Meiji Jingu's inner precinct. The inner precinct consists of the hall of worship where prayers are performed. On its right is the Emma board, where visitors can hang their tablets for personal prayers. And on its left are 2 large camphor trees said to symbolize happy marriage. Thus, after around 2 hours, we finally completed exploring Meiji Shrine. We were feeling pretty thirsty from all the walking.
Water would be nice.
And luckily we found a vending machine in the nearby Shibafu Park. One of my friends bought a mysterious corn drink.
Oh, that's disappointing. It's just watery.
Drink it.
That's actually really good. That's actually nice.
Inspired by his bravery, I also got a random drink myself. Do you know what it tastes like? It tastes like toilet detergent. It has that scent. Yeah. It's toilet detergent flavored. Yeah, it's not bad, but it is toilet detergent. Curious as to what Sokata flavor actually is, I did a Google search and found an article on this Japan exclusive flavor. According to the article, Sokata is actually the name of a traditional Romanian soft drink, usually produced by fermenting elderflowers in a lemon and honey or sugar solution. But little did I know, the drink was a grave sign of the tragedy yet to come.
Hello?
After I consumed the cleaning product, we decided to head back to the start of the outer precinct and across the road we came, because that's where our next destination is, the Omotesando area. The Omotesando area is a shopping district with one of its most well-known buildings being the Tokyo Plaza. We eventually went to the top, where we got a pretty great view of Shibuya. Afterwards, we kept exploring the streets and also bought takoyaki as a snack.
That's good. Nice.
Lunchtime arrived, so we decided to head to the main city center of Shibuya to look for some food. While exploring, we actually came across the well-known Shibuya crossing.
We did it.
And for lunch, we also settled on the chain restaurant Tonkatsu Maisen, as they're famous for the dish in their name, tonkatsu, which is a deep-fried breaded pork cutlet usually served with rice, cabbage salad,
Oh, my cabbages!
a sweet and tangy dipping sauce, and some pickled Japanese radish.
This shit good.
This joy I feel. Is it real? Or is it just another illusion? Another illusion to keep me in this unending cycle of death and rebirth.
Maybe we're not eating it the right way.
What?
The tonkatsu set I ordered also came with miso soup, as well as another L because it was
$45 on a plate. Man.
So was it actually worth the price? Should you believe the hype? Yes, and I'm not just saying that because I paid $45 for the meal. But honestly, I think it was the crispiest thing I've ever eaten. And the meat was also very high quality. There were free refills for the rice and cabbage salad, so I tried my best to consume as much cabbage as humanly possible. But alas, I could not ignore the big L that was now in my wallet where my money once was. We had a pretty late lunch at around 5 PM, and because of winter, the days were also shorter, so when we left the restaurant, the sky was already dark. Thus, this marked our very first night adventure in Tokyo, Japan.
This looks way better at night.
The first location we visited in our Shibuya night adventure was Mandarake, which is a store that sells Japanese pop culture related items such as manga, trading cards, as well as anime and vintage figurines. Our next location is Big Camera, which is a large retail chain store that mainly sells electronic goods. I think we could probably spend half a day just browsing Big Camera because there were so many different products, from snacks, toys, watches, to even my precious toilet seats. The lights were also very bright, so you'll never feel tired and can keep browsing the store forever. If you think that's a cruel fate, you haven't seen anything yet, because our next location was the land where hopes and dreams get destroyed, where good men turn evil and the soul is corrupted by greed. This forsaken place is none other than
the Japanese arcade. When we first entered this wretched realm, we saw the beautiful flashing lights, heard the melodic jingles, and were made acutely aware of its wonderful promise of obtaining our very own cute little companion. We were wary at first, so we tried out the less risky games, like Mario Kart, Pong, and Train Simulator.
Epic train simulator with hot girls. Hell yeah.
Oh, you can choose your train. Oh, this is a Yamamoto. We've been on this. I'm driving you boys.
Yes, you're driving us insane.
The games were enjoyable, however, their novelty quickly faded. In pursuit of something more exciting, we went down to the lower floor, where the real gamers were. However, the raw skill and talent of those individuals made us feel insignificant and unworthy.
My guys go in sicko mode.
Thus, we picked up our shattered self-esteems and returned to whence we came. There was only one type of game left we haven't tried, and this accursed game was the one responsible for my ruin. The claw machine. My comrade courageously tried first, and as we all expected, winning was just an illusion. However, a miracle occurred. And I foolishly thought to myself,
So it is possible to win.
Blinded by false hope, I attempted one myself. It was clear that the machines were tempered with, but having once tasted the thrill of the act myself, I was weak and could not resist the urge.
One more go. that's it. I'm not addicted. Why does it keep zapping?
The shock from the machine should have been a sign, a clear warning of my tragic fate. However, I wanted to fight against this unjust fate and take control of my own destiny. So this time, I went big. 500 yen for 6 more attempts at obtaining the coveted Guten Tama idol.
To be honest, from my first attempt, I knew that happiness could not be mine.
It's so weak! This is a scam!
But I had already paid for 5 more chances.
If I get this, I can just tell him to move it to this.
Oh, no.
Thus, all my subsequent attempts were made in denial and despair.
That's gonna be so hard.
How is that?
I tried looking for different ways.
Maybe I have to push it down. Maybe I have to push it down.
But how do you push it down?
It opens. You have to measure the open, and then you have to push it down.
What?
But the pressure of knowing the truth was just too much to handle.
Yeah, I'm afraid though. That's the thing.
Attempt after attempt, all ended in failure. The effort and sacrifices I made all amounted to nothing but gentle caresses for this yellow bastard. I gazed down upon the small amount of money in my hand and left the arcade a broken man. We headed back to the hostel, but the many fat L's that I took during that day still haunted me. The toilet detergent drink, the expensive ass tonkatsu, and finally, the soul-crushing humiliation I suffered in the Japanese arcade. The traumatic experiences caused me to lose my appetite, so I just had a small sandwich, and for the rest of the night, I drank my feelings away and cried myself to sleep.
Bro, I'm really about to get your pickle chin now, boy.